Okay, today we're going to be doing notes digitally here on slides for our section 7.2 floor plans. This is part of the housing chapter. So let's take a peek. What is a floor plan? Go ahead and open up Google and let's see what Google says. A scale diagram of the arrangement of rooms in a building. And again, it says to do it in your own words, so feel free to do it in your own words. Okay, and then check this out. There's actual images that we could put down as like an example. Okay, there we go. So we are going to be looking at floor plans today and creating our own at the end. Needs versus wants. For your first place, make a list of needs and wants and be specific. Now, I want you to think about how we're talking about 5 years into your career. So after your schooling, after the military, after you've gotten experience in your career, we're talking about 5 years into your career. Where do you think you're going to be living? So for Ms. Sanchez, again, I'm doing this personally. You're going to do what your needs and what your wants are. I'm going to say needs. I need at least 4 bedrooms because of my family size. Think about 5 years into your career. That could be 10 years from now. About how many bedrooms do you think you're going to need? Is it just going to be you? Do you think it's going to be you and a partner? Do you think it's going to be you and a partner and a child at that point? So 4 bedrooms. I need to have 2 living room spaces. I need to have at least 2 bathrooms. I like my house to be 1 story, I don't like having stairs. And I need to have a garage. Okay. Now wants. Wants, I would love to have a corner lot. I would love to have a swimming pool. I would love to have 3 bathrooms to share with my teenagers. And I'd love to have 5 bedrooms if that's possible. And I would love for it to be on a cul-de-sac. So again, needs have to have this. Wants is don't have to have it, but it's kind of my dream to have these things. Okay, so needs versus wants, make your own list of what you'd like to have in your house. All right, next, can you tell me about this floor plan? So checking this out, we can see that there's a living space that's 20 by 12. So I'm going to go up into my Desmos real quick and do 20 times 12. And that's 240 square feet. So how did I do that? I did the length times the width. There's also a dining area that has 56 square feet. Where did that come from? That's right here, this 8 by 7. It also has a bedroom that is 15 by 12. So that's 180 square feet. Okay. So you're just kind of looking at what are the spaces that this has. Do I like this layout? Because you're going to be thinking about making your own floor plan. Okay, Jerry is using the floor plans for his new home to come up with purchase base molding for the place where the walls meet the floor. So base molding is the stuff on the ground that goes from the floor to the wall. It's like usually a little piece of wood that edges the whole floor. The plans are drawn using a scale of 1/4 of an inch. He measures the walls on the floor plan with a ruler and finds that they total 23.5 inches. If the molding costs $210 per foot, how much is Jerry spending on molding? So first we have to convert, on the floor plan, it's 23.5 inches, and it's 1/4 inch per foot. So we have to take this 23.5, we have to find how many quarters are in the 23.5, and then we can multiply by the per foot. So let's write that down. How many 1/4 inch segments are there inside that number? Then we will multiply that number by the 210. Okay, so 23.5 divided by 1/4. 23.5 divided by 1/4, which is 0.25. So that gives me 94 inches. So 23.5 divided by 0.25 is 94. And so that 94 feet times 210 per foot is going to equal, so 94 feet times 210 per foot. Gives me $197.40. Let me just check that number, $197.40. Okay, so let's just recap here what we did. We had to see how many of those 1/4 inch segments were inside of our measurement of 23.5 inches. So then we took the per foot molding cost and multiplied it at the end to get the total cost. How much is Jerry spending on molding? He is going to be spending $197.40. All right. Gabriella plans to carpet her living room. Except for the 1/4 inch circles shown in the corner, that area is going to be a wood floor where she will put her piano. The radius of the 1/4 circle is 8 feet. If carpeting costs $9.55 per square foot, what is the cost going to be? So we're going to be doing a geometry problem here. Where we're going to take the total square footage of the rectangle and subtract the 1/4 circle. So square footage of the total is going to be 25 by 16. That's 400. And then we're going to minus. Now, what if you're like, I don't remember the area of a circle? You just Google it, right? Area of a circle is pi r squared. Now we're taking a 1/4 circle, so we're going to do pi r squared divided by 4. So minus, our radius is, what did it say? 8. So pi r squared is going to be 3.14 times 8 squared. So 8 squared, 8 times 8 is 64 times pi, and that gives us 201.06. Okay, so let's subtract it. 400 minus 201.06 is going to be 198.94. And so it's 955 times that, 198.94. And by the way, we're not going to use that number. We're going to actually just round to 200, right? Times 9.55. So 200 times 9.55 is going to give me 1910. And that's how much it's going to cost for her to buy the carpet. All right, I'm going to pause the video now to stop here, kind of like halfway through, and then pick it right back up here in just a second.